So now I can go here and ask it questions, and I can ask it, what is the real time DEX liquidity of finance? And so now it's going to get some of this information, should bring it back to us. And so now here is the information. You can ask it all kind of random questions. Let's see, retrieve the metadata and logo for decentralized exchanges, the top one. Let's see what comes up. So then you could use this information in different ways. Here's the logo, here's the information. And so, there's many different ways you can use this. Hey everyone, welcome to Inside the AI. Today we are building out video 3 of a 5 series video. Here we have the cryptocurrency master agent. This cryptocurrency master agent accesses information from 4 sub agents. We have the CoinMarket agent, the exchange and sentiment agent, and the DEX liquidity agent. And the last is a research agent, which does crypto research for you. All of this is processed through a Telegram message. It could either be a voice message or a text message. It gets sent to the ultimate crypto agent, which accesses the sub agents and then produces you a response from the current market standings. Right now, we're going to be focused on the DEX liquidity agent. In video 1 and 2, we created the coin market agent and the exchange and sentiment agent. Those are going to be listed above in the description, but we'll talk through what these are. So in the first stance, what this overall agent is going to be able to do is going to be able to analyze the market caps, the volumes, and supply matrix for different coins within the crypto atmosphere that CoinMarketCap has access to. It's going to be able to track new listings and the top gainers and losers of the crypto space. It can evaluate trading pairs and liquid assets within the CEX and the DEX markets. And it can retrieve sentiment indicators of the trends that are being discussed throughout the industry. There's some other things it can do, the latest coins and listing the rankings. It can have real-time quotes of information, convert it throughout currencies. So if you want it to be in dollars, it can convert it to pounds. It can compare the live market caps and volumes within the cryptocurrency. It has the ability to analyze the sentiment within the community, the fear and greed index. And then last, it can visualize the DEX liquidity and historical trades. So this is going to be a very powerful crypto tool agent that we can use. So for the first video, which is again linked in the description above, what this agent can do is it can access different information within the cryptocurrency market. We have the crypto maps. It can access pricing, price conversion, crypto listings. So this is going to be your general information and your crypto agent. Again, that's going to be linked in the description above. The exchange and sentiment agent is going to be able to access information for the exchange maps, information, assets, the top 100, and the fear and greed index. So all of these JSONs can be downloaded at my school community. The school community is listed in the description below. They're all 100 completely free, and follow this step-by-step process to link all of the APIs together so that this can be functional. So you have the JSON, but sometimes you're going to run into errors. I'm going to show you how to connect everything and make sure it's actually functional for you. I'm going to show you what we can do with it, and then I'm going to show you how we can build it in a step-by-step video. So the first thing I'm going to show you is an example of what we can do. So I want you to view real-time DEX liquidity and 24-hour trading volume of ETH. So now it's accessing one of the nodes. It's retrieving some information of the latest pairs and the latest information. It's accessing another one and a different one, and then it's going to produce you the outcome. It seems there is currently no available trading pairs on Ethereum. They said, bam, bam, bam. So it's given us a lot of this information. It's retrieved back this information and produced it out. So we have other information we can send, but what we're going to do now, since we know it works and it's functional, we are going to start working on this step by step. So to build this out, the first thing I want to do is enter my N8N environment, and I'm going to rename this. It's important to rename this. I've always mentioned this. You have to rename this because you will go crazy trying to figure out which is which. We've named it DEX Liquidity Crypto Agent. So now it didn't rename, so I'm going to, okay, it did. So now what I need to do is hit this plus, and this plus is going to give me access to triggers. Triggers are what you use to start a workflow or an agent. It sends the information in. You can do manual, you can do it on schedule, on forms from another one, but what we're going to use is on chat message. What chat message is we have a chat message down here. We can type in information and send it in and use it as a test environment. This is going to be tied into an advanced agent, which is going to be our AI agent here. And I'm going to first prompt this agent. Once you have the AI agent selected, it has the input from the chat message. The last thing you need to do is go down here and add an option, which is a system message. The system message is essentially another prompt you're going to give it so that it knows what to do. So here is the message. I'm going to change it to an expression, and then I'm going to open it up. The reason I change it to an expression is because we need to give it the time and date of where we are now. So basically, we're giving it an overview of what it is. We tell it it's a DEX analyst in the crypto, in the CoinMarketCap AI analyst ecosystem. The task is to respond to the user's real-time messages on the DEX data. And then this is very important. So here are the tools we're going to create that it can access. What's important is the names. So we need to make sure we have these names right and they match the nodes that are going to be added below. I'll show you and I'll walk you through, but essentially what we're doing is we give it the name of the node underneath and we tell it, call this tool to retrieve information on whatever you're asking. So whatever this node can do, you're telling the agent to call it to do the X, Y, and Z you want it to do. So each of these has their own, call this to do X, Y, and Z. And then you give it the N, what you want it to do. Always return an output in a clear, concise language at a high school level. Again, many of us are not experts in crypto space. So if you keep it at a high school level, it will give you responses that are readable to you. And the reason I chose a high school level is because most newspapers write at a high school level. So pretty easy for us to understand. So this agent is complete. We have the backbone of the overall agent complete, but it's basically has no way of doing anything. So what we need to do is add a chat model, and this chat model is the brain of what it can do. So now we have OpenAI. We want to use the cheapest model, which we have here. The reason we want to use the cheapest model is because when we use this, it's only going to tell it what tools to call. So we don't need to have any advanced reasoning in it. Once we have this connected, what we want to do is give it memory so it understands the last messages we want to call. So we're going to tell it, remember up to 5 messages that we've sent in. So if we ask it to get information on Ethereum and it doesn't get the information that we need, we can say, get information on the last coin I called, and it will remember that. But if we have this at 0, it will not remember any of the past messages. So now we're going to build out the nodes. This is going to be very repetitive. The first one we're going to do is an HTTP request. And now they're all going to be HTTP requests. But the first and most important thing is always rename these. These have to be the names that match the AI agent that we just talked about. So this has to match the AI agent tools so it knows what to call. We rename this. We want to keep this as a GET, and we need to provide it the URL. Once we've given it the URL, we need to go down to authentication header. We go to a generic header. And then inside the generic header, inside generic header, we need to use header authentication. Once we do this, it's going to give us one more, and this is going to allow us to connect the API. So to connect the API, you want to click create a new credential. And to create this credential, all you have to do is go to Grok. And in Grok, you want to ask it, I am connecting a CoinMarketCap API in N8N. What name do I use to connect my API key? This is going to give you this information. It's going to be linked in the description below. But what you want to do is copy this and paste it into the name. And when you have this complete, the value is going to be your API key. You can go to CoinMarketCap, also linked in the description below, and set up your account. Once you set up your account and you've verified it through the email, it brings you to your account page here. And here's where your API key is. You copy and paste this API key into here, and it will link your account. So since I have mine connected, all I have to do is leave this one connected below. And now I have to send in a query parameter. This query parameter is going to be an ID. We have to add another query parameter. It's got to be a AUX. And then we need to send a header. Ask it to accept the response. And then the value is going to be defined below as an application/JSON. All right, so now this one is completed. We're going to do this about 6 more times. So now it's going to be a little easier. We have the HTTP request. The next one we need to do is rename this to be titled DEX Network List. Rename. And then we copy and paste the description. The description tells it what it is, so the AI above knows what it's calling and what it's doing. And then we have to give it the URL. And then we go through this again, generic credentials, authentication header, and then mine is already connected. So this is where it gets pretty repetitive, but it's pretty easy from here on out. Again, you don't need to go through this. I'm doing this so that when we run into errors, you know how to fix them, but there shouldn't be any errors if you do it this way. Go to my school community and you could download these completely free. So I'm just copying and pasting these over. You can do a 2x speed because this is part of the JSON file that is provided. So again, following the same steps from the first one, copy and paste everything over, and this one is completed. So now we have 2 of them completed. The next one we're going to get is the listing quotes. This guy is not connected, so I deleted him for some reason. Oh, that's why. So now HTTP. This one's going to be titled DEX Listings Quotes. Latest. And again, this is important because that's what we named it in the prompt above. In the chat, in the prompt for the AI agent. We have to give it a description. The The description just tells it what it's doing. Going to give it the URL, generic authentication header, header authentication request, and then we're going to give it the send parameter, give it the contact address, network ID, the auxiliary, conversion ID, skip invalid, reverse order, network plug, and then we need to accept it. Get this as user defined below and application in JSON. So now we can hit save. So now we have a couple of them already created, 3 on our journey. We are on our journey. Let's hit this plus, HTTP. The next one we're going to create is a DES listing quotes, but this is not going to be the latest. We have that typed in. We want to give it the description. It's going to be a GET, and we want to give it the URL to access. Again, authentication header. It's already connected, and now we have our parameters. I'm just copying and pasting this over, so feel free to either double time speed or, jump ahead. I do a weekly 1-hour meeting with my schools community if you want to join that. And what we do is I sit there and I will answer any questions or, have a list of things that you need worked on, and we can go through. I research it, find you the answers, and then bring them back to you. So now we have the next one completed. We'll keep building these out. We are about halfway there. So now the next one is going to be called the DEX OHLCV latest. And this is going to have a description to retrieve historical information. And so you got to give it a URL as always. And we're giving it this URLs. Each of them are different. They're getting different type of information. About the currency market. This can be defined below. We got to give it the contact address. We have to give it the network ID. Network slug. Time period. Time start. Time end. The count. The interval. Again, I mentioned this is going to be a very detailed agent, so please download the JSON and you can link this all in, and then you can just start using it. And all you have to really do is connect your API keys. Then we always want to send a header. And I'm doing this pretty fast so that you could not have to sit through this video. Again, double time speed it. I love 2 times speed. HTTP again. We have the latest trade. We're going to do this 2 more times, and then we are done building this model out. DEX trades latest. We'll rename it, and we will copy and paste the description over. This is going to return the latest information for 100, top 100, and give you the URL of the latest trades. We need a generic credential type and the header authentication. With this created, we'll have the address to put in, contact address, network ID, the network slug, the auxiliary, convert ID, and we're going to just keep adding parameters. This is where it's pretty repetitive, so this is part of my monotonous time. I enjoy doing this, though. I enjoy figuring out the ins and outs of what works, what doesn't work, resolving these issues. It's my happy time, my happy space. So now I have this one created. We have the last one to create, which is the DE. Oh, we need to hit this plus. I need one more. So now this one's going to be called the DEX spot pairs latest. Rename this. We're going to give it a description. Again, to use these descriptions, just use ChatGPT, build it out with the ChatGPT. It's not rocket science. It's 2025. AI can do most of everything we're doing. Now, how you get there is going to be challenging. I use AI for most of everything that I'm building out, so it's very helpful. So now we have network ID, network slug, DEX ID, DEX slug, base asset, base symbol, and these are going to be what's calling it. So these are all the parameters that are inside of your search query. So when you ask it something, it's going to use the keywords and it's going to break this up, and then it's going to request that information. So this is really important to have. So I know I'm going through it really fast, but it's basically because it's already made. So this isn't something you're going to have to mess with, but I want to remake this so that you can see where you can edit it and where you can mess with some things. You can modify all of these and you can add or take away. To figure out how to do this, there's a N8N document, and it tells you each of these names that need to go in here for this search parameter. It explains how it's set up, explains what to put in. So now we have all of these connected. So now I can go here and ask it questions, and I can ask it, what is the real time DEX liquidity of finance? And so now it's going to get some of this information, should bring it back to us. And so now here is the information. You can ask it all kind of random questions. Let's see, retrieve the meta data and logo for decentralized exchanges the top one. Let's see what comes up. So then you could use this information in different ways. Here's the logo, here's the information. And so, there's many different ways you can use this. So again, what we just made is going to be tied into this larger agent. This larger agent is going to be able to retrieve basic information, exchange sentiment, DEX liquidity, and in the next video, we're going to go through news and research. All of this is going to be sent through Telegram or whatever method you want. And you can use all of this in one location so that this agent can do everything for you. So it's basically going to be like the ultimate crypto analyst. So if you want these JSONs, each one of these JSONs, I'll give you 100% free in my school community, linked in the description below. Watch my other 2 videos of how to set up these 2 crypto agents, and like and subscribe if you found value in this content.